Good morning.
Good morning, y'all. Coming to you live from Los Angeles. We're going to get right into it. Our Beauty Equilibrium podcast show. With the new bullet train from the SoCal long-awaited bullet train from Southern California to Las Vegas is finally set to be in construction. The train, which will be operated by Brightline, is expected to be about 85 minutes of travel, between the two cities. This will be major.
How fast is it going?
Man, homie, if it's going.
Jumping subjects.
Oh wait, dang, yeah, come on.
Jumping subjects.
Yeah, let's You
Look, they fell away.
But yeah, I'm happy. Even though
You ain't gonna be on it, you gonna fly.
I mean, yeah, I'm still gonna fly.
Faster, yeah.
I'm still gonna fly, but Vegas, you may be able to work now from,
Wow.
live
Great
in Vegas, work out in LA,
Awesome
vice
point.
versa.
Yeah, I see that.
I wish it would have happened when I was in my 20s.
Right. Or for people who got your family might be out there, or your kids, and you live out,
Yeah,
that's going.
that's
a great point.
All I can say is, what took y'all so long?
It's gonna be bad for the gamblers.
Is the train fully stocked? Is the train fully stocked? Does the train represent Vegas, or does it represent a ride? Like, what we going for here?
What do you mean by fully stocked?
I mean, is it like
I'm pretty sure
a little play, a little drinks,
I'm pretty sure
something.
they have some of that, first class
Slot machines on the bus.
Oh no,
Yeah.
bro, no. Probably, I don't know.
You might.
Can y'all hear us now? Shonda said the sound's going in and out. How are we
okay.
sounding?
What
Y'all
up?
hear us?
Why we all get quiet?
Yeah, microphone check.
That doesn't work. We get quiet. Talking about, can you hear us?
Right.
Can you hear us? Can you hear me now?
Shonda, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Shonda, can you hear us?
Oh man.
Moving right along.
Bullet train. Oh yeah.
No, well, how do y'all feel? Because we
Technology, new tech. Which we'll get to later, but I'm gonna be a little on edge because that thing's got to be moving. That's like an airplane on the ground.
Thank you.
yeah. I mean,
In an airplane,
it's a
ain't
lot of
nothing around.
derailments and things, So yeah.
And as soon as it starts though, and more people do it, and once you get it out of your system, it's probably just like flying or anything new. But initially, yeah, you're gonna probably have to really relax, try to go to sleep.
I'm with
G
G on
nap.
Because going that fast on the ground is scary to me, opposed to that fast in the air, because there's nothing around. Now, God forbid, the worst, but
Right.
Hey,
It's new
man.
technology.
it's new
I
technology.
feel like this. After all the stats we've been saying for the past 4 months on trains, I think I'm cool. I think I'd rather be in the plane. So,
All I gotta say is when me and Lynden went
We'll
to
see.
Vegas, and Lynden was outside that window, like,
Man, we high. That was the first time on the airplane since I was 13.
man, it was entertaining.
But believe
Entertaining.
man, for some reason I got a
Ricky
vision
Bobby.
of it having to go through mountains. And I just feel like, man, what if it fall off? I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah.
Fall off for what?
The track.
It's gonna create a lot of jobs though, for sure.
It
And
is.
I will say,
gonna create a lot of
Japan, China,
They all do this.
like everybody has like so many trains and
Yeah.
so much new technology out there. We're actually behind.
So this is
Way
new here.
behind.
Train. So, I think that we need to take this opportunity to keep on correcting and improving on the rail systems, and hopefully we'll be on top in a few years, but I think the prices in LA, people can actually live in
She said we
Vegas
still
and come
going
out
in
here
and
for
out.
work, and vice versa. So
Don't let me call you on that bullet
Right.
train. Hey, tell them I'll be there in like
Right.
45 minutes.
Right. I mean, as opposed to like people drive right now to like the IE, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You go into Murrieta from LA, from
Yeah, sir. Yeah, it
Yeah.
says moving right along.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
We live.
starting today, May 2nd, the strike was called after the WGA and the Alliance of the The WGA is seeking better pay, more resilience. TP. What is that? Oh. Motion picture, Alliance Motion Picture.
Yeah. So basically,
yeah.
the studios, Netflix, Amazon, Disney, Hulu, etc., they are going back and forth trying to negotiate with the Writers Guild of America for residuals, for transparency,
So
because
we sound like a remix, guys.
they don't. They're negotiating over how much money and how much residuals, because the writers are saying when it comes to streaming, which everything is streaming right now, that they don't let them know how many people are watching what program. They don't have to be transparent about the ratings, basically, and that because of that, they feel like they're not getting their fair share. And then also, they're still categorizing a lot of these streaming platforms as new media. In the studios, you got to think about hair and makeup department. You got to think about the cameraman,
catering.
all the way down to catering. Days, and a lot of people lost their homes, and
Ooh. And this is not the time.
100? That's a 30.
No,
Almost a 30
I will say this. You have to pay to play. As you see, we have a lot of entertainment going on. We always talk about how we have so many streaming platforms in here that we support and watch. We can't even. It's like you're getting entertainment from every direction. I just feel like we have to improve on that. I heard yesterday a writer talking on the news station, and she was basically saying that sometimes she gets a check for $3, you guys. $3 for a residual pay, and this would be like a show that's basically like a front runner show, and she's getting a check for $3. So I mean, that's just not supporting. I don't know what $3
I don't even think we got a check for that low with the show.
So I just feel like
Right. Ouch.
Uh-oh.
Whatever.
Y'all see that next topic.
Let's go.
NBA playoff.
Before we do this, I got a shout out to 50 Cent. He got a lot of land.
The headback guy said pay the audio guy.
I know, that was funny.
That's funny.
But he acquired this big, huge lot building. I guess he's gonna start doing his own production company, G-Unit Productions. Yeah, I don't know where it's at though. I think it's in Louisiana or something, but it's
Okay.
985,000 square feet. So he about to get busy. So
Getting
shout
under-
out to 50 Cent.
Shout out to 50.
dope.
Okay.
Shout out.
And that's
Curtis. People not pay attention to him, but 50 is smart. 50
Very.
be doing this thing, bro.
Yes,
50
yes,
is
he
doing
is.
his thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And since you mentioned him real quick, I just found out Tony Ayo, when he got out of prison, 50 had $1 million for him straight in cash as soon as he got out. That was for every show that he did without him. He paid him still.
That's
Wow.
So he
dope.
be making solid moves.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, you don't hear
Is
about
that
that
me?
type of stuff. I like that
My
you
bad.
brought that up because honestly,
Yeah.
NBA playoffs.
NBA
Let's get it.
playoffs.
Curry GOAT. Y'all already know
So,
where I'm at.
and then we down to 4 teams on the East and 4 teams on the West,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Lakers, first of all, we gotta put the Lakers out there because they counted us out.
You know what? Even
And
though I'm
shout
not
out-
going for y'all, but
Just shout out to the Lakers, man.
shout
for-
out
for
to the
pulling
Los
off
Angeles Lakers.
A last minute move
Yeah.
that put us in a position.
And they
to be
won't tell you
competitive,
this.
man.
They not gonna give me my credit, but I told them.
Man.
Six,
Yourself,
man.
You do this to
Team
yourself.
by guy said team light skinned.
Work.
All right.
Stephen Curry was balling, bro.
Huh?
That was phenomenal.
He was against an inexperienced team.
Oh, here
yeah,
you go.
he
No playoff experience.
he basically
Did they have playoff experience?
No.
All right.
But you ain't shit. You
That's
know
what
what
you-
you're doing.
Anyway, he had
That's
a,
what you're
a record
supposed to
50
do.
points, a record
Somebody
50 points the other day. So
Y'all
we got to
inexperienced.
shout. We got to
No,
shout.
we not. What you
Oh,
talking
now
about?
We got
They
to shout
can't-
about for that for the 50
Time
points,
now they
y'all.
can't hear. Hold on, they can't. We doing all this, they can't even hear.
Man,
us.
y'all.
And I don't know what's going on with the audio today. What happened? What is going on? I done switched the cord.
Oh.
Can't hear us. Not. Can't hear. Let me see if I can even hear.
Yeah. I can hear us on YouTube.
Y'all hear us?
Hey, that's y'all device.
That's y'all. Yeah. Y'all need to pay the 5G man.
But outside of LeBron and AD, ain't no E.
The championship together.
Yeah, the other players,
They
you don't
call
even know their
role players.
names.
That's how you see. It's been a while. Let me tell you how you build a championship team. All right. You
Yeah,
get
no, they still say
you
it's
get
us.
you get two good players, maybe 3, and then you
And you
swap
build.
out the role players.
Man, look, man, I know how this is done. I won 6 championships like that.
That was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, no, I'm living through Curry and the Warriors right there. That's
All
my
right.
that's my team, my second team. Y'all know that.
Hey, man, I got you. I'm just saying, you know.
Who was that who said
Respect
they
the
ain't worried
Lakers.
about the West?
Oh, John Morant.
John Morant.
Ah,
Hey, that is the funniest clip ever, man. So John Morant, they was asking him like, "Who are you worried about?" And he
an old
mentioned somebody in the East, and then they said, "What about anybody in the West?" He said, "No, I'm good in the West."
Good out
Like
here.
it's like
Oh,
basically it's
yeah,
no
yeah,
competition.
Hey,
Oh.
light work, bro.
Oh my
Good out
God!
here.
No, shout out
but
to
just-
Rob Pelinka though, man, and the Lakers, man. They did. I was ready to get rid of Rob, man. He pulled off. I think he makes his best moves when he under pressure, man. He pulled off. He pulled off.
Go hard,
Warriors.
go hard or go home. Just said Lakers and 6.
On
What
both
up?
sides, man. It's the East Coast
What you
too.
went?
Boston and Warriors again.
I think Philly and the Lakers. Who you say? Who you say, Jay? Who you?
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm not gonna count out the defending champs or the teams that defended the conference last year.
Yeah.
And Embiid is not playing. You know he
Right.
hurt.
Still, they still win.
They still won though.
All right.
But James Harden had 45.
Is he
might
coming
not-
back or he out?
Don't know.
It's every 45 seconds, 5 seconds, 5.
This show. We 15 minutes in.
Yeah. Yeah. The only other.
Read our lips. Lips.
Another
Here they go.
road. You know they
Yeah.
making stuff
Here
go
we
out.
go.
of course.
That's right, Shonda.
Philly, okay.
Now if Embiid is not coming back at all, back. Action.
Well,
Moving
Lakers
on.
and Golden State tonight. We're gonna see y'all.
that's a
Moving
good
right
game.
along though.
Rage and by while road rage assault incident occurred, and the people are saying that they need actual police to keep a community safe, and that having these type of responders, which are the de-escalating of the police force responding to like every single situation. Now they have security ambassadors. So it's like, how do you feel? Like, how do
World, Craig.
no weapons?
Security
Oh
of the
yeah,
world.
they can't do nothing.
Top flight security, dog.
Right.
Oh no, you can't do nothing with a flashlight.
Come on
But-
now. Listen.
Top flight of the world, Craig.
But-
So you telling me they got a bunch of Otises out there?
But what I will say is that every scenario don't need somebody with a gun. So I think it's good to have an alternative, because it might be something as simple as like, my neighbor's music's too loud. Why you need somebody with a gun to do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
that-
it might
Now,
be something.
that's the stuff.
like
Because
somebody shoplifting.
Ain't nobody gonna respect you without the gun, though.
Nah, man,
you
you can
can't come
still
to
give out
nobody's
tickets.
house.
You can still give
yeah.
out. You can
For
still
noise pollution.
Like, my thing is like, what if you there, and then if it needs to escalate, then you call like the real police.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Because I'm saying everything don't need a gun.
Nah. Somebody's not respecting that guy. Okay, they gonna do the robbery right in front of him.
Hey, then now you got eyewitness. Take that
Oh,
report.
flashlight cop.
Hey,
I see you. Get out of here, man. You ain't got no gun.
Listen.
I'm not
Observe and report, okay? Like,
I
look
mean-
and report something if need be.
I mean, some scenarios, you know how like we say they over responded. In some scenarios, it's like the police officer, you know, you might have had something that could have been de-escalated.
Right.
I'm just saying, I think there should, or like even, you know, sometimes you might have, what they call it, like a mental health crisis or something, man. You might not need somebody with a gun necessarily. You might need just a security ambassador to see what's going on.
I mean, we
But
can't
if
talk
it's violent, then yeah, you need
That just sound like a weak.
So you're not respecting those security
No,
ambassador.
and I don't want to be a security ambassador.
Thanks.
falsely
Thanks,
getting
Mike.
accused, going to jail, escalate things without violence. So even if it isn't like a you know, you're not arresting somebody or whatever, maybe they're not fighting, maybe there's no violence involved or whatever. Like, we're just trying to, I guess the whole point is
Do overreact. So I can see, you know, from that perspective.
$3 canned goods, canned goods. All these
I do not like
things.
that extreme being.
And I want to say too, there's something I learned about maybe about 3 or 4 years ago. It's called a life straw. But they say in emergencies, have a life straw in your kit, in your backpack, in your car. Because
You mean that thing they put in the
You put in
algae
like a
water?
dirty lake.
Yes. So get yourself a
Yeah,
life
okay.
to everything else. So
It's
invest.
supposed to be a straw Brita.
Roll up on some murky
Okay,
water.
right?
Pause.
And those are the little things that save lives. So. You don't want to come. You don't want to like. You don't want to survive the earthquake and then die of a
gotta
bacterial infection.
Man, we just been on
so
this-
anyway.
Yeah.
Oh
Facts.
man.
Yeah,
Moving
Moving
right
on, man.
along.
Senate Bill 7. California is considering a new law. This is going to require cities to pretty much make sure that everybody has somewhere to sleep and have a roof over their head.
About time.
And this is not temporary. They're talking about like permanent shelter, and it's been gaining a lot of support even by some city mayors. So you know, this is another step in like, you know, taking care of the homeless problem. But you know, for those people that's working, I mean, to pay their bills. It's gonna look a little bit like, man.
I'm out.
It's one of those things right now. Karen Bass, I think she has a great partnership right now with the city of LA and everything that's going on
It's
as mayor.
ridiculous.
She's out here making moves to try to get this problem worked out and solved. It's out of hand, you know.
Very much so
Everybody
out of
who
hand.
lives in the city, you see what's going on. It's out of control. It's a health hazard at this point. But I will say this, you can't save everybody, though. I think that there's some people out there who don't want to go through the program, who don't want to be in housing. I think there's some people out there who want to basically be on the streets or live like a nomad. And I feel like, how do you bridge the gap between those people and the people? But right now it's too many. It's too many. I mean, everywhere you go, the streets are dirty, like filled with people in a lot of places where you might be trying to go to the grocery store just for like a little run in, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or you might just drive and get out somewhere and see like a tent city, like right in your like area where you're used to frequently going. And then it's like all of a sudden, like a tent city has like erected right there. So I just feel like it's some of these things, mental health issues like we talked about earlier that needs to be addressed, you know, because I think a lot of the times we let it go so far, you know, so far with no rehabilitation for people. I think that it's now something that has spun out of control, and those more, you know, things that people can go get help for the root issue of what's going on with them.
Like I saw it's like it was
Well,
so many people, anytime they need to clean something up, they just come through and like bulldoze and move them out somewhere else.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's not
cool.
a solution. You know what I
that's
mean?
not-
So
That's not a cool solution at
And I
all.
will say this: remember how things look. Remember that we will have the Olympics here. Coming to
yeah,
to-
yeah.
you know, you gotta kind of like look at what's around you and see what's going on, and hopefully this will be like a permanent situation, not something that just happens while the cameras are on. So
And they have to figure out a way to, while they do this is still a temporary solution, because if you just give somebody a place to live for free, in essence, it's not making them a part of society, and it's not giving them skills and that's
Yeah, I was about to
still
say,
like
it's a good
get them-
start.
Put them
Yeah.
somewhere where we can't see them. That approach in itself is only solving one thing: is you just getting rid of something where you don't have to look at it. But unless you solve the issues that actually put the people in this position to begin with,
Right.
to where they can't go or they don't want to go, because either way, it's a problem. If you don't. So yeah.
right.
All right, Jay.
Question of the day.
Oh man.
I got you. Would you date a bus driver?
Now,
Get a backstory on this.
view with this conversation, and pretty much Ebony was how can I put it? Step up to lead the women or be a candidate for the woman. And Ivana was like, let me ask you a question.
Sure. Would you date a bus driver?
Would you date a bus driver? Would you, her personally? And she And we, of course, it's always to each his own, but somebody said they father's a bus driver. Oh, okay. That's what's up, Dad, but I got. Could you date this bus driver? That's the question of the day.
So she said, if he was the owner,
said
what's
no.
her financial situation?
Oh, she balling.
She balling.
Well, if she's balling,
She balling.
I think it's a metaphor,
She's a
though.
lawyer. She does media. She
That's why she went to a
I
bus driver.
can't knock a person that's
because bus driver is a
asking-
respectable job. So I think the metaphor. Ambition, and like you said, all the accolades that Jay mentioned. What's wrong with that?
But
That's the
the same amount of money as being a bus driver, would you rock with him then?
But that's not what she's
Because
talking
I'm
about.
controlling. You see what I'm saying?
I get you.
I
but,
think
but
she's more hung
'cause-
up on.
But what are you saying is
see what I'm
is
saying?
valid because he can own his own bus, but be making less than the bus driver driving the MTA.
I mean, I feel like the let me tell you what I feel. The thing that's like the disconnect with men and women